As the game progresses, you will gain access to increasingly powerful troops. Heavily armored knights, crossbowmen and men-at-arms will tend to form the core of your armies. However, you will still find use for lighter troops in a supporting role. Men-at-arms, for instance, are slow and heavy units with significant armor. They can easily defeat any lighter unit on the battlefield. Crossbowmen have a powerful ranged attack that makes quick work of light infantry and does additional damage to heavy units. If you are fielding an infantry force and see many crossbowmen in your enemy's army, retreat to preserve your force. Heavy melee cavalry, such as knights, repel most attacks and can charge at speed, inflicting heavy damage and throwing opponents into disarray. Here, the knights force the crossbowmen to engage unfavorably and quickly cut them down. However, as with regular horsemen, knights should steer away from enemy spearmen. In most battles, you will face armies comprised of many different unit types. Deploy a combined force of your own, choosing units that counter those of the enemy and look for opportunities to draw them in. Remember what you've learned here and add it to your arsenal of battle tactics. Your soldiers have spotted an army marching towards your village. The first group of attackers that will reach you is comprised of men-at-arms, but 5 more waves of enemies will soon follow. A force of enemy men-at-arms is approaching. Choose a group of units to counter them. Select one of the production buildings in the center of the village to deploy a group of units. Here comes the enemy. Ready your units.
Armbrustschütze, bewege dich! Führet, Armbrustschütze! Ja, im Augenblick! Ich hörte das! Armbrustschütze, Hofgas, Armbrüste! Zählet nicht! Ich hörte das! Ich hörte das! Setze Armbrüste auf! Marschieren! Armbrust bereit! Armbrustschütze bewegen! Armbrustschütze bewegen! Bereit! Marschieren! Artillerieren! Dienen mit Soldaten! Armbrustschütze! Bereit! Marschieren! Armbrustschütze! Bereite dich! Hofgott, Armbrüste! Bereite dich! Nachgehängt! Nachgehängt! Armbrustschütze verweigert! Ich hörte das! Setze Armbrüste an! Armbrustschütze! Nachgehängt! Bemaugrupp! Ich hörte das! Armbrust verdienen mit Solden! Hofgott, Armbrüste! Zählet ja, im Augenblick! Bereit! Arm, setzt Armbrüste auf! Marschieren! Führe! Armbrustschütze! Verdienen mit Soldaten!
Well done. You have defeated the men-at-arms. Now a group of enemy crossbowmen is coming from the south. Choose the right unit type to counter them before they reach the village. Select one of the Allied buildings in the center of the village to deploy a group of units.
Ritter folge geheißen.
Here comes the enemy. Ready your units.
Das wird getan. Kommen zu Ort Ritter. Best Ritter gehorche geheißen. Ritter wordt aufgehorche geheißen. Geheiß für diesen Ritter Ritter nur fort. Gebet mir Geheiße.
Excellent. Your village is safe from the crossbowmen. A new wave of enemy knights is heading for your village. Produce a group of defenders to hold off the enemy.
Spät, tragen, bewegen hoofd. Ja, du beheißest. Ja, verstanden. Das wird getan.
Here comes the enemy. Ready your units.
Ich halte hier.
You have shown that with the right strategy, even hardy knights can be defeated. The enemy is now attacking with two different types of units. Spearmen and crossbowmen are now approaching from the south. You can also field two different groups of units to defend your village. See this sparse forest near the road? You can use it to hide your units and ambush your enemies as they pass. Here comes the enemy. Ready your units.
Gehorche geheißen. Ritter nur fort. Gehorche geheißen. Je aufgesattelt und per Ritter wartet auf Geheiß. Ritter nur fort.
By using a combination of unit types, you have outmaneuvered the enemy. The enemy is sending men-at-arms and horsemen to attack your buildings. Select 2 different groups of units to defend against the attackers. The impassable cliffs next to the road allow your ranged units to fire down on enemies without opening themselves up to immediate counterattack. The natural choke point leading up to the cliffs is a good spot to position your infantry and protect your ranged units. Here comes the enemy. Ready your units.
Steht stramm, ich gehofft. Das tue ich. Ich halte meine Stellung.
Bereitet euch! Armbrust! Bereit! Nachgehängt! Armbrust! Ja, im Augenblick. Gehst durch! Armbrust! Armbrustschütze! Beruhigt! Entfernt die Enemy Soldaten!
Good work. The enemy raiders could not overcome your superior army. A final group of archers and knights are prepared to attack. Choose 2 types of units to defeat the enemy's final attack.
Das tue ich.
Edele, eine Lust zur Dienen.
Steht stramm, Sperrträgs.
Lasset uns rieten, Ritter. Ich lebe so...
Here comes the enemy. Ready your units.
Sperrtragere, bewegen.
Ritter, im Licht ist keine Last.
Sperrtragere, maar even het sper. Ich gehofft.
Diene gerne.
Victory! You have defeated the enemy and secured your village.